$10,000 a month. That is the number where life in Romania goes from cheap to aristocratic. If you earn $3,000, you will have a decent life in a concrete apartment block. But if you earn $10,000, you are effectively in the top 0.1% of the entire country. You are living in a penthouse in Primavera. You are eating at restaurants that rival Paris. And you are doing it all while paying taxes that would make a German cry. Romania in 2025 is not the Wild West it was 5 years ago. The window is closing, the laws are tightening, and if you are basing your move on a blog post from 2023, you are going to get rejected at the border. You make decent money online. You want to keep more of it. You want high-speed internet and a low cost of living. Romania keeps popping up on your radar, but you need to know if it's actually livable or if it's just a tax haven with fast Wi-Fi. So the question is, can you actually hack it in Bucharest? First, let's look at who this is for. This is for the high earner who wants to aggressively save money without living in a hut on a beach. It is for the person who likes distinct seasons and doesn't mind a bit of grit. If you need year-round sunshine, do not come here. The winters are grey, brutal, and long. If you need people to smile at you on the street, go to Thailand. Romanians are stoic. They are not rude, but they are not going to fake a smile for you. Let's talk about the money. What does it actually cost to live here in 2025? We will look at Bucharest, the capital. Cluj is the other option, but it is actually more expensive and feels much smaller. There are 3 tiers to this. Tier 1 is the budget nomad. You are scraping by on $2,000 a month. You are renting a studio in a generic neighborhood like Drumul Taberei or Titan. You are cooking at home. You take the metro. You are spending about $600 on rent and $400 on food. You survive, but you are surrounded by grey concrete blocks. It is not glamorous. Tier 2 is the comfortable nomad. This is where you want to be. You are spending about $3,000 a month. You get a renovated 1-bedroom apartment in a central area like Victoria or Dorobanti. That will cost you about $900 to $1,200. You order food delivery from Bolt Food whenever you want. You work from nice cafes. You take Ubers everywhere. You have a membership at world-class gym. You are living a solid, upper-middle-class European life. Tier 3 is the premium nomad. This is the $5,000 plus range. At this level, you are renting in Primavera or Herăstrău. These are the diplomat neighborhoods. You are looking at $2,500 for a luxury apartment with a view of the park. You have private health insurance. You eat out every night. You basically live like royalty because the local economy cannot compete with your purchasing power. But you need to understand the visa situation because this is where everyone gets it wrong. Most websites tell you the income requirement for the Digital Nomad visa is around €3,700. That is outdated. The law says you must prove an income of 3 times the average gross salary in Romania. In 2025, the average gross salary used for this calculation has risen to 8,620 lei. Do the math. That means you need to show monthly earnings of over 25,000 lei. That is roughly €5,200 or $5,700. If you are making $4,000 a month, you do not qualify for the Digital Nomad visa in 2025. Period. You will be rejected. And there is another massive change. As of January 2025, Romania is fully in the Schengen zone. Land borders are open. This sounds great for travel, but it is a trap for nomads. In the past, you could spend 90 days in the rest of Europe, then come to Romania to pause your Schengen clock. You cannot do that anymore. Every day you spend in Bucharest counts against your 90 days for the whole of Europe. If you spend 3 months in Romania, you cannot go to France, Italy, or Spain. You have to leave the zone entirely. Now, let's talk about why you are really interested. The taxes. Romania has been famous for its micro-enterprise tax regime. For years, you could pay 1% tax on your revenue. That party is mostly over. The government is aggressively cracking down on this to fix their budget deficit. In 2025, the threshold for micro-enterprises has dropped to €250,000. If you are in consulting, management, or IT, you are likely looking at a 3% tax on revenue, not 1%. And that is only if you have at least one full-time employee. That employee can be you, but you have to pay social contributions on that salary. So, if you make $100,000 a year, you pay 3% on the revenue, plus about $3,000 a year in mandatory social contributions for your employee salary. Your effective tax rate is somewhere around 6% or 7%. Compare that to 40% in the UK or 30% in the US. It is still an incredible deal, but it requires paperwork. You need a local accountant. You cannot just wing this. Also, be careful with tax residency. If you stay more than 183 days, you become a tax resident on your worldwide income. However, the Digital Nomad visa itself does not automatically make you a tax resident. If you stay less than 6 months, you generally don't pay tax to Romania. But if you stay for the full year of your visa, you are in the system. You owe them 10% on your personal income. What about the infrastructure? The internet is world-class. It is genuinely faster than what you get in Silicon Valley. You can get 10 gigabit fiber at home for $20 a month. Mobile data is cheap, and 5G is everywhere. If your job depends on Zoom calls, Romania is paradise. Healthcare is a mixed bag. The public hospitals are underfunded and can be a nightmare. Avoid them. The private system, networks like Regina Maria or Medicover, is excellent. It looks like a 5-star hotel. You can get a comprehensive subscription for about $60 to $100 a month. Do not rely on travel insurance alone. Get a local private subscription if you are staying for months. But here is the reality check. Let's talk about the loneliness. Bucharest can be a very lonely city. It is a city of interiors. The streets are often loud, dusty, and full of cars. Life happens inside apartments, inside cafes, and inside offices. There is an expat community, but it is transient. You will meet people, and 2 months later, they will move to Bali or Lisbon. The architecture in many neighborhoods is brutalist, communist concrete. In the winter, the sky is gray for weeks. If you are prone to seasonal depression, do not spend your winter here. Also, the pollution in Bucharest is bad. In the winter, people burn trash on the outskirts of the city. You will check your air quality app and see it is purple. If you have asthma, this is a serious problem. Now, the scams. Romania is generally very safe. You are not going to get mugged at gunpoint, but you will get scammed if you are naive. The taxi drivers at the airport are the first line of defense for scammers. Never hail a cab off the street. Use Uber or Bolt. The biggest danger for men is the romance scam. This is an industry here. It is organized. You meet a girl on Tinder. She is beautiful. She speaks perfect English. Things move fast. She falls in love with you in a week. Then, a crisis happens. Her grandma is sick. She has a debt to a loan shark. She needs money for a lawyer. It is always urgent. If you send money, she vanishes. Or worse, she keeps draining you for months. This is the lover boy method, but reversed. Just use common sense. If a supermodel is asking you for rent money after 2 dates, you are the mark. Speaking of dating, let's be honest. A lot of men come to Romania because they hear the dating is traditional. Here is the truth. Romanian women are highly educated, ambitious, and modern. They speak better English than you do. They are not looking for a savior. If you come here with a weird superiority complex, you will be laughed out of the room. Yes, people dress up more here. You won't see pajamas at the grocery store. But don't mistake style for subservience. There is also a specific warning for rental scams. You see a luxury apartment in a top area for $500. The owner says he is out of the country, but will mail you the keys if you wire a deposit. Do not do it. Always see the apartment in person. Also, look for apartments with their own central heating unit. Bucharest has a centralized heating system that fails constantly in the winter. If your building relies on the city for heat, you might be freezing in January. Look for the words Centrală proprie in the listing. That means you control your own heat. So, what is the verdict? For the right person, Romania is a gold mine. If you earn over $5,000 a month, you can live a life of absolute luxury while saving 70% of your income. You get fast internet, safety, and low taxes. It is perfect for the focused entrepreneur who wants to get their head down and work. But it is not for everyone. Avoid it if you need a vibrant, easygoing street life. Avoid it if you struggle with pollution. Avoid it if you earn less than $5,000 and want the Digital Nomad visa. You won't qualify. Here is my recommendation. Don't sell your house and move here blindly. Come for a month in May or September. Rent an Airbnb in the Floreasca neighborhood. See if the vibe works for you. But remember, the clock is ticking. With the Schengen rules and the rising tax enforcement, the Wild East days are over. Romania is growing up. You need to be professional to make it work here. And if you want more honest breakdowns like this on other countries, you know what to do. Romania in 2025. High-speed internet, low taxes, and concrete winters. A financial paradise if you can handle the grey.